Right, welcome to chat. Remember, guard your privacy and abide. Okay, I need this up a wee bit, don't I? I bet the girls are laughing at us just now. It needs back the way a wee bit, love. On you go. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Thank you. A wee bit further back. It's very close. It needs up a wee bit more. Can it do that? Hiya folks, we're just getting set up and I'll go live again in a minute. This is just a setup. I wanted to see if it would come up on my computer so that I could see it. Yes, it is. Great. Oh, Johnny, you're in. Let me just get this up. It's easier for me to see it. Thanks, love. It's easier for me to see it on the computer. So, where am I? 8 watching now, started streaming a minute ago. Right. Okay, here we go. Right, so I've got you up here, folks, which is great, but the things are too small, so I want to be able to see the chat down here, which is a bit of a bummer, but never mind. I'm not officially on till 8. That's okay, isn't it? Yeah. Right, let's see if we can get this going. Right, so you see I had a problem with the sort of sight because watching up here with the is very, very difficult. So what I'll be doing is when I'm talking, I'll look there and then I'll go back and be able to see it. So we're starting at 8. It's now 6 minutes to go. Yay! Let's see. Oh, it's been nerve-wracking. Because I knew that unless I had this up at my face, I wouldn't be able to see the comments. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? Can someone let me know if the volume's okay? Yeah? Anyone? Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so what I was saying, I can click this and the boxes come up, but it's a case of I don't really be able to read them so much, so I've got them here now. Yeah, talk among yourselves for a wee minute. I'll be back in a second. I just want to check something. Let's put chats on. Right. I'm going to turn this. Oh, I've got messages coming up. That shouldn't happen. Jennifer, Jill, get off WhatsApp. Anyway, right, 2 seconds. I don't want you to see up my nose or anything, but let's just see this. I want to see all chat, all messages. Right, that should be us. Righty-ho. Oh my goodness. It actually looks quite clear. I'm quite happy with that. This would be quite good to do coffee and chats on, wouldn't it? I think so. Right, I'm gonna wait a few minutes and then I'm going to go through the names. Everything's okay. Yay! I'll just have to remember that I want to look at you, and that's the camera there, and then see who's down here, and then keep looking up again and answer there. So you'll have to forgive me, as I say, it's not that I can read it there because it's just too small. But we're nearly ready to go, folks. 3 minutes. I'm just going to pop onto, I've got the UK Amazon Kindles charts up, where we're at number 11 in the reincarnation chart and number 19 in New Age channeling. So I'm hoping if a few are bought at this, that they might get a wee bit higher than that, but I'm really happy to be there because it's a really hard, the category is really chock-a-block full at the moment. There's such a big interest in the afterlife at the moment. That's only a good thing, but it means there's so many more books out, so it's hard to actually chart. And the charts, the categories that I've got the book in, they get picked up after a while. So you would think it would be an afterlife, and if you go into afterlife, it's shown up about 10th or something like that, but it's not actually telling me that at the moment. So we'll just go with this. It doesn't matter. We're at 11, number 11 in reincarnation, number 11 in New Age reincarnation, and 19 in New Age channeling. So, right, we're nearly there. Big deep breath, coffee. I hope you've got a wee coffee, because we're doing questions and answers, and you know, if I can just keep up with what's going on, we'll be fine. I want to say some thank yous and stuff as well. Oh, I'm live again. It disconnected. Don't do that. I've got a story to tell about that today. Right. Joni, you were first in. Hi, lovely to Charmer. Yay. Welcome, Belinda. Eloise. Charmer again. Joanne. Thank you. My Belle. Vonda. Oh, you've been called into work. Oh, no. No, you can't go. Of course you can go, but thank you for popping in, as I was really hoping you would be here, and that, you know, because it couldn't be really here without you, because you've been with the channel for so long. We've got Creative Living. That sounds like a nice channel. Peter Jackson. Hi, Peter. Charmer's telling me to breathe. Yeah, I will. Jennifer Helen. Hello, darling. Eugenie, Patty, which I think you're called Patty. I'm not sure. You could let me know. Hello. Ruby. Gillian H. You'll see the little blue tool that Gillian H has got, because she's the moderator for tonight, because I don't know if some of you remember what happened the first one I did. We don't want that happening again. We had a really not nice man. Shona, hi Shona, nice to see you. And Creative Living. Right, so we've got 19 in at the moment, and we're on. Right, so I think, oh yes, the questions are coming in. Right, I'll go back to them in a minute. Okay, but while even Vonda's here, what I want to say is, this is the book, which is the wrong way around in that camera. Colette Brown, Dying to Live, Death and the Afterlife. Everybody that's here, thank you so much, and just for the support, because I know that my YouTube channel has been neglected a bit, simply because this has been taking up so much of my life. I want to say thank you to obviously the people that helped with it, my husband, Jill and Jennifer, Wendy and Sue's beta readers, Andrea, my lovely editor, and lots of other people. But a lot of the book is being enjoyed by people because of not just my stories, but your stories too. And most of them came through YouTube. So before we go much further, I would like to thank Agnieszka, Sylvie, Colette from Canada. Colette from Canada is also Colette Brown, and she's an author too. It gets very confusing. Shona, Brittany, Angela, Eugenie, Stephanie, Rachel, Ruby, Hannah Jar, she's the expert on animals. TJ, Kathleen, Kathy, Juanita, Ragnhild, Joyce, Tina, Christy, Nicoletta, Nancy, Joe, Ruth, Kristen, EH, Carolyn, Laurie, Carrie Wimmer, she was the one that helped me so much with the suicide chapter. Lindsay, Tara, Anne, Patricia, Kathy, Crystal, Russ, Gina, Tiasha, Jackie, and Suze again. So you're all in there, you've all got an acknowledgement, and thank you so much. So, welcome everybody that's online, and I'm just going to start this as a celebration. So what we have is a mini Prosecco. I've had this for a while. I used to enjoy my wine, but I'm not so much now. So I kind of forget, it's terrible, I forget to drink at celebrations, but that's just the way it is now. But I'm going to enjoy this little Prosecco. So if you've got a wee coffee or a juice or whatever, or a wee wine, I'd just like to toast you all and say thank you so much for being on this journey with me from the start of this book to when it got kind of sidelined, to when we were ill, to when COVID lockdown started. You've all been with me every step of the way, and I hope I don't get hiccups. So the other thing I'd like to say is there were so many spirits around last night, and the way that the books happened has been absolutely lovely. I planned for it to come out on my mum's birthday, the 16th, which is today, and I wasn't sure if we would manage it, but that was my date. And what happened was, when the book was finished, the book file, Amazon can take a wee while to load it up. So we put it forward, and lo and behold, it came up on the 2nd of August. Now that's my dad's birthday, and he would have been 101. And I thought, well, I'm going to keep the 16th for the official day and for all the ebooks to go, and that would be my mum's birthday. So the paperback came out my dad's birthday, and all the Kindles were released today on my mum's birthday, and I've got my mum's necklace on. A lot of you have done this on a psychic development class, and it just feels lovely. It just feels so nice to have that. So I'm going to try and I'll be looking down for a wee while, okay? So let's see if I can go back. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of people commenting. Right, here we are. Right. Shona, hello, right. Fonda says, I was raised, there's no afterlife, so when my brother took his own life, it was devastating. Your book brings so much comfort. Thank you. Oh, Fonda, thank you for saying that, because to be honest, it was the chapter that I struggled with and actually asked Carrie to help me with, because I don't know, I just found it very difficult. And I think it's possibly because, that I've not had that up close in my own family. So I don't know. So thank you for that. I hope that we got over what we meant, and I'm glad it's helped. Derek, hi. Oh, hi, it's Anne. Hi, Anne, on Derek. Suze, hi, darling. That's my wee sis. Jennifer says, sorry for your loss, Fonda. Jennifer's my daughter, and Jill's my daughter. So I have big smiles when I say their names. Oh, and of course you will have realised that the dedication is to Alexander, who is my pride and joy, and I could just well up just thinking about him because he's everything. He's gorgeous. I mean, everybody else is everything as well, but having a wee baby is, oh, it's magnificent. Right, Belinda, you would like a sign or message from your daughter. Well, I'm not really open to mediumship tonight as such. If something does happen, I will give it. I'm not set up for it. It was more questions and answers about the book or the practicalities. But I'll tell you, anybody that is saying that they want a message tonight or would look for that, I will be doing about 3 mediumship sessions in the next 4 weeks. And I welcome the spirits to come in then if they can do it. So I'm not saying no, I'm possibly just saying not tonight. But I can answer, roundabout things. But if I do get anything, I will pass it on. But I'm not really in that zone as such because I've been too nervous about the whole book thing. But Belinda, I'm really, really sorry for your loss, love. Tina, oh, you can't wait to read it. Good, go get it. Right, we've got creative living. Woo. Belinda. Oh, Jennifer, yeah, thanks for all the stuff you did to help. Oh, we've got Miss Tweets, Taro, cheers, Hans, Suze, Ruby. Oh, you're all darling, you're all great. Right, we're still keeping going then. I'll see. Let's see. Oh, Vonda, I am really happy. Thanks for saying that. I'm really, really happy just now. But I feel that a weight's been lifted from my mind and actually just letting the book fly. And I hope tonight you'll, in your prayers and maybe meditation, help it fly to whoever it needs to go to. Whether the success of a book for me is in how many people it helps. But to help the right people, it's got to also get out there, and there's got to be word of mouth, and there's got to be people saying that person is suffering. Would you like this book? That sort of thing. But we really need to just say a prayer that it gets to the people that need it. It gets to people that need to understand more or have a wee bit of comfort. Where am I? Sorry, I'm a wee bit breathless tonight. I'm just like, oh. Kylie, student of life. Hello, wonderful to see you. Hi, Suze again. Linda, you said you left a review on Amazon for your book today. I got it just before I come on, about an hour before I come on, and I loved it. Thank you. Thank you to Suze for the review. There's a few others I could do with more in the States if anybody's in the USA, but all of them really help, and I will be plastering them everywhere, to let people know. The more reviews you get, the more the book goes up the Amazon charts. It's not just about sales, it's about reviews, it's about who's reading it on Kindle Unlimited or whatever, and Kindle Lending Library. I have it all in them so that anybody can access it as best as we can. So Charmer, well, Colette, she's very proud of you. Thank you. I think you're talking about my mum, and my mum was clever, and she loved books, and she wrote poetry. And I think she would have loved to be a teacher. She often said that, but she had 5 children and a wee girl that died, my sister, who we've talked about before as well. So yeah, I think she would be proud, actually. I really do. And I've got Linda, yes. Yeah, Vonda, I can understand. Well, Kirsty says I look beautiful. I made my daughter cut my hair, and I've got my mum's on, and I did try with the makeup, and saying that, it seems to be, since I took a sip of that wine, that it's sliding down my face, but we don't care. Sherry in the house elves. Uh, Miss Honey, tonight should be all about the book. I think so too, but I will be open to giving more mediumship. I've been so exhausted and trying to get this out, and you know yourself that I've been very honest with you that when I'm tired or when I'm not feeling well, mediumship is just, it doesn't happen the way I would like it to, and it's exhausting. Right, where are we going? Oh, let's see where we are. Oh, this is going up quite quickly. Oh, Ayurveda Kashati. Just found your awesome channel. You are most welcome. Join us. Tina. Oh, you're all so sweet. See, this is what I like. It's a community. You're supporting Wanda. Everybody's having a wee say. Charmer, you're ordering yours today. Brilliant. There's something I'll ask you in a wee minute. Wanda, you'll put in good vibes and prayers to the universe. You're off to work. Okay, maybe when you come back from work, you can view the rest of it because I'll leave it up. I just need to blow my nose. Hang on. Kylie, shouldn't have life ordering in the book. That's great because I'm going to sneak away in about 15 minutes, well, just down the way and see if it's there. How many people are in USA and how many are in UK? Because it actually went up the charts in France today as well, which was lovely. Jennifer Helen says, do you feel this is your best book yet? It was the hardest one to write. It's the one that's given me sleepless nights. It's the one that's exhausted me. I think the style of my writing in this book is still me, but because I never wanted to offend anyone, never ever wanted to offend anyone in any way with any of the things I was saying. So I chose my words as carefully as I could, Jennifer. And then I went back, I wrote it, and then I went back and I checked if it sounded okay, if the tone was right, because I never ever wanted someone to read this book and go, oh my goodness, you know, she said this and that's upset me. I wanted things to be the way I've seen them, and it's a hard book because it's a hard subject matter, particularly the death aspect. So I do think my writing's best in this book, and I do think I gave it the most commitment of any of my books. So if that makes it my best, then maybe it is. Who knows? I'm just so happy to see it here and hear people are enjoying it. Now let's see, we've got Miss Honey, you'll review when you read it, great. Vonda and Charmer, yeah, we conversation, that's good. Tina Jo, your daughter did a wonderful job on your cat. Oh, thank you. Yes, she did. And that was out in the garden with a wee breeze yesterday. And she did fantastic. Derek, UK, and order a copy once you get the money for it. Blessings, darling. Thank you very much. Thank you. Just whenever. And, you know, there's also a copy that I've got here that just before we finish, I'll run the arrow up and down and see where it lands. Billy's Craft Room, it's called Dying to Live, Death and the Afterlife by Colette Brown. That's it there. And there's a lovely story to the cover. A few years ago, my wee sis and I escaped for a wee holiday up north, and we went up Aberdeenshire and way further up north, and we had a day that actually was sunshiny, and we went and we found this little beach. Suze reminded me where it was, but I've forgotten it again. And we were sitting there, the sun was blasting out, and it was just so beautiful, and I just took a photo on my phone. I thought, this is the perfect day. I don't think I took any photos of us, it was just the view. And I started with other ideas for the cover, and I wasn't getting where I wanted with them, to be honest. I don't think I was in the right frame of mind for the person that was doing the cover at the time, or he wasn't in the right frame of mind for me. I don't know. But anyway, basically I thought, I'm going to look to do the cover myself, because I did Fortune Killer cover myself and the prescription. I just needed the right graphic, because I'm not a drawer or an artist. And I just went in my phone, and literally this, for some reason, was not that far down. And it was like, that was perfect. And it actually wraps the whole way around the book, the same view. It's not repeated, it's actually the whole view. But I'm very chuffed with that. I think I've lost the plot now, but that's the story of the cover, and I love it. So Billy, it's Dying to Live. Kylie, you're USA via Australia. Lovely, lovely. My big brother's in Australia. Where am I? Oops. I don't want to jump in here. Enwoods, hello lovely lady, I just saw this, missed the beginning. Nancy from the USA, and you're waiting on the book to arrive. Thank you, Nancy. That's who I thought it was, but it's even as initial. I don't want to say the name in case I get it drastically wrong. But Colette, Clairvoyant. The book title, Billy is Dying to Live by Colette Brown. Gillian, Tina, yeah, you cut it in the garden. Yeah, right, here we go. We're getting there. All right. Right, Sue says it's New Aberdour Beach. Okay, thanks, Sue. I'd forgotten it completely. Oh, Kylie, I have a book waiting on me to read, and I deliberately didn't read it because I was writing my own, and it's by O-Books, I believe, and it's called The Diary of a Death Doula. And I just did not want to read it in case subconsciously I transferred anything. I wanted to enjoy it without it being something that I was doing at the time. So I've got that book to review for O-Books, but I will do it eventually once I get around to reading it after a while of reading comedy for a while. But death doulas, to me, I don't know how end of life people do it. The nurses, the carers, the death doulas, you're just earth angels. That's all you are. So please, pardon me, we need more death doulas. We really do, and birth doulas. All right, let's see. Yvonne, you've just bought it in Kindle. Thank you. Is the book on Amazon? Yes, the book is in under paperback. It is definitely up. Yeah, Kylie, as I say, I think you would like that book, and I know you'll like mine too, but she is, from what I believe, she's a death doula, and she's done a diary for people, so people can understand what they do more. Oh, Ruby's just got her daughter to order it. She has Prime. Great. Right, I've got 2 5-stars on Kindle downloaded. Gillian, that must have been so serene to cut in the back garden. Well, Alexander was running about trying to find anything with water in it. Nellie was wanting an ice lolly off Jim, and Jennifer was burning, and Jill was trying to cut my hair. But we realised cutting it outside, the birds could have it for their nests. So that's a lot to say about my hair, doesn't it? That the birds use it for nests, but they do, and it's really good insulation. So thanks, Tina. Oh, Jennifer, is my link not working? If you just click paperback, it will take you to that link. Right, let's see. Joanna, that's my daughter's dream, to be a death doula. I'm going to just go to Amazon for a wee minute to check if anything's happening, because lots of people buying the book. It's still not moved. It'll probably, because people are buying, normally an hour or two later it starts showing the charts, but it's definitely going to go a wee bit higher. I'm not holding out for a number one. Right, let's see what we've got here. Right. Oh, we've just got someone use Super Chat for the first time. No, Snap, is it Snip? Yes, Super Chat. This is where you can press on the wee button that says S on it, and you can donate money. But it's for the people who are doing live streams. And Charmer has said, for the most beautiful earth angel, thank you, Colette. Oh, thank you, Charmer. That's lovely. The $8, thank you so much. Oh, that's gorgeous. As I say, I didn't know. I've had that used a few times when I've done live streaming. It scared the life out of me, to be honest, because I didn't catch that people had questions with it when I was doing it. But I see the way it works now, so that's good. So thank you. That is so sweet of you. Right, you can't post a link on chat, that's fine, but I should probably have put a description in this, but we're not. It is working in Amazon. Billy, what are you saying? Birds love hair cuttings, especially birds like the hirundines. Oh yes, swift swallows. We've got swallows in the back garden. We've got swifts. We've got sparrows, and we've got what else have we got? We've got robins. Oh, Tina, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do you know that it takes Amazon 2 months to get me my royalties? Is this why you're doing that? Thank you so much. That is so nice. Yeah, Amazon's 2 months behind, so that's lovely. Thank you so much. Tina, you're a wee darling, honestly. And Charmer, thank you. Let's see, Charmer, I remind you of your grandmother so much. That's lovely. Charmer, can I ask what age you are? Miss Honey says, wish death and dying was talked about in the 80s. When I trained as a nurse, we just covered the practicalities. So that's what part of the book pushed me on, because I did auxiliary nursing in my holidays while training as a pharmacist, and it was geriatric ward, and well, there's bits in the book, but it just wasn't. It was be practical, and when someone died, they just rolled this big stainless steel box and shut all the doors, and then put the person in the box, and away they went. And then they opened the doors again and gave tea and biscuits. And even back then, I was only 17 and 18. I thought, no, this isn't right. And nowadays, I know that in nursing homes and some hospitals, there's almost like a roll of honour where the person, the staff maybe stand with their heads down and it's acknowledged. When I asked back then why they did it, they said it upset other people, knowing that someone had died and were getting taken away. And I wondered if they'd actually asked the other people, because I don't know, to me it would have worried me more that I was just gonna, that it was nothing. To me it should be made as something. So I see where you're coming from, and that's why we need to talk. I mean, that first introduction I've got, we need to talk, we really need to talk, we really need to talk, and we do. Right, Ruby, so you've got it. Cindy, you can find the new book on all Amazon territories, in Kindle and in paperback. Colette Brown, Dying to Live, Death and the Afterlife. So I'm having another sip of wine. This is quite fun. I was so nervous. I mean, I come over as quite confident, but my daughters and Suze would probably tell you that before these things, I'm a wreck. I used to do floor shows of mediumship in quite big events. The one I did was maybe about 700 people. It was like, oh, and I used to throw up before them. So I was so ill. Um, so right, so what's that again? Billy's craft room. Megan Devine is amazing for the grieving. There's so much judgment around. You, you must, why don't you? It's unkind. I own my grief now, fed up of correction. I'm not quite getting what you're saying there, Billy, but it's probably because of the way it's running. I wish I was with my grandmother when she took her last breath. And I was with my grandmother when I took the last breath. Yeah. I When I sat with the old ladies and old men in the hospital and just sat till they passed, it was amazing. And in the book was Mrs. Brodie's story, where it actually saw her astral body go and the thread break. At that point, I would never ever have been scared of dying again. I don't think I ever really was. Don't get me wrong, we're all scared of pain or maybe the unknown, but pardon me, I shouldn't have had that wine. Anyway, you know, the book was to try and get people to talk and to understand that, yes, it's a big thing, but it's part of many cycles. It's part of their soul's journey, you know. So, right, here we are. Did you see Kylie's super chat, Mum? No, I don't think I did. Where am I? Oh, no, I didn't. Or, right, so let's see. We've got Charmer super chat. We've got Tina Gill, thank you. And Kylie, thank you. That's another super chat. Sorry, I did not see that at all. That's where the problem came the last time, because I was talking and I didn't see it. Thank you, Jennifer. Keep me right, darling. Kylie, do you say Kylie or Keely? Let me know, because it's interesting. I've seen it said in different ways. Oh, there's a chicken on it. Kylie, that's wonderful. I love you, Bee. That's so good. Oh, I love it. I love it. Right, Miss Honey, Wish, Death and Dying was talked about that. We've already done that. Right, let's see. Cindy, we've replied to. Yeah, I think we're getting there. Catching up a wee bit. Right, Miss Honey says, on a positive note, I realised that when we do die, our spirit leaves as the person we knew and cared for gone. Yeah, I would be really upset if I missed any of the super chats that come in always, because when someone is hitting and giving a little bit of money to support someone, I would just hate if I didn't get the chance to say thank you. So I'm glad that I'm being kept right. I really am. Joni, you were with your best friend when she passed, and it was one of your greatest blessings. You know, I've done a section, a chapter on how to have a good death, and I don't know. I just would love for my girls and my husband and my friends to be around me, my family. I know that sounds crazy, but and then there's another bit in the book where people decided to go when they were left alone. I find that very interesting. You know, it's like um, I know this is awful, but when Alexander wants to do a poo, he goes somewhere quiet and does it, even though he's got an nappy on. So he knows that that's something that he wants to do in private. Jennifer will probably hate this story, but I know there's a lot of people that want to pass over alone and die alone, and that has to be accepted as well. Some people might think that it's something only they can do, and we can only help and take them as far. But I still think, yeah, I wasn't with my mum when she passed, but I was in the house literally 45 minutes later when I found out, and she was still warm, and it was still as though I knew her spirit had gone, but it was just, we got to brush her hair, we got to cuddle her, we got to feel as though we were sitting there on her way. Oh, here I go. It's my mum's birthday. Sorry, not letting this makeup go. So that was actually a good experience, even though we weren't quite there at the time. She didn't die alone. She had a oh, what do you call it? She lived in like a sheltered housing, so the warden was there. My dad, I wasn't there either, but he had his wee, in a nursing home, he had his wee favourite nurse just about to give him a cup of tea. That's fine too. So I don't know what I'm saying here, but I probably should have a sip of coffee. I've got my get the door, Frank, get the door. Anybody that's Scottish might know about this mug. Right, I'm not going to get upset. It's just this has landed on my mum's birthday. I've got her stuff on. Sometimes I think I post an awful lot about my dad. I'm daddy's girl, this, that and the next thing. But my mum was a very strong person. She lost my sister when she was 26 years old, in tragic circumstances. And if anybody has read the book, Did You Like the Family Story about the eggs after my sister died? Right, I'm going back up again. Ooh. Right. Joy, welcome. Good to see you, darling. Oh, I know, I understand, Billy. As I say, that's half an hour, but I'm going to stay on another 20 minutes anyway. Oh. Australian Kylie. Ah, right. I thought it could be that. Like Kylie Minogue. Right, okay. Hint, if you use the and then type the name, it will highlight in the person's stream, might make the person's question to answer. Thank you, Billy. Do you know my husband pointed the up and down key to me today? I've had a computer since 1996. I've never used those keys. And for someone who has a YouTube channel, lots of social media, knows my way in, out, Twitter, you name it, and works. Basically, all my columns and stuff were all sent by email in 1997. I know the internet, but there's things that just baffle me about computers. Oh, Johnny says you felt her leave, it was peaceful. Yeah. She will always be with you, Charmer. I mean, we had quite a lot of banging and sort of footsteps last night, and we were in quite an isolated cottage. I mean, just nobody here. Jennifer says, happy with Alexander having his potty training trials shared live on TV. Oh, Nana loves them, and he knows Nana loves them, Jennifer. And it was a good analogy to use. And as you know in life, Jennifer and Gillian, if there's a family analogy or a funny story to use, I will use it. Oh, I love my girls, I really do. Oh, right. Right, we've got lots of hugs coming. Oh, Charmer crying with you. I know, it's difficult. Brendan, good luck with the book, Colette, love and bliss. Brendan was the one that got the mask in the last psychic development exercise, which a lot of people got very close to, but there was only him got mask. Hang on, I've kind of lost the plot here. There we go, right. So well done, Brendan, and thanks for coming in. Right, Billy, hint on the laptop after the key. Right, okay, I can do that. Yeah, my mum, she definitely needed a wee cry from me, didn't she? Right, I think the comments, well, they've caught up here. So, what was I going to say? Oh, do you know, while we've caught up the comments, I'm going to go and check this, these listings again. Let's see. Nope, still the same. We'll probably change later on. Right, back to this. Right, I've got... Oh, I've missed a lot because I've... Oh my goodness. Right, okay. So, those of you that have read it, did it help you understand more of death and the afterlife? You see, I didn't want it just to be an afterlife book. I wanted that to be a big part of it, obviously. But I wanted the death and dying experience to be talked about more spiritually. And also from a practical point of view as well, you know. We prepare for a baby coming and we prepare for its life. And in Western culture, we don't tend to prepare for our deaths. And it's not... Yeah, we can get upset because we're maybe thinking, like, as I've said, I'm not afraid of going to the next place. I'm just a wee bit afraid of, well, it's just a dread of, you know, like leaving my kids, leaving Jim, leaving Alexander, leaving my friends and my family. And I think that's what's so provocative about thinking of dying. We're immediately brought into that knee-jerk situation of, oh no, I can't. The people you love make you vulnerable. That I've talked about this before. Vulnerability only comes with love. If we love someone, we're completely vulnerable, and therefore the thought of losing them, whether they're taken from us or we go from them, makes us incredibly vulnerable. But, you know, society is becoming more open about talking about vulnerabilities. It's more open about talking about addictions. It's more open about talking about gender and sexuality. So many things we will talk about now, but death, no. And I don't really want to be known as a death woman as such, but if this book even makes us focus more on conversations, even on the channel, then I'll be really pleased with that. And I know you'll agree. Right, let's see where we are. Right. Kylie, you said your dad visits you from the other side. I'm sure that will be lovely for you, because like feeling them there, that we get to experience them again and experience the love that we had for them. I just think I've had this, so I have everywhere my good watch, and it's a lovely watch. It's like very jewel-like or whatever, and you know, like, I don't wear it, but it's a windy up one, so I thought I'm putting that on tonight. I'm getting dolled up. I've not been anywhere since lockdown, so may as well get dolled up in the house. Um, so I put it on, and as I was winding it up, I just went straight back to winding my dad's watch, because it's not something you think about, but my dad had a stroke and couldn't use one of his hands, so he couldn't wind his own watch up. So whoever was in that day wound his watch up for him. He didn't want one that was digital or that did things. You just wind that watch up once a day, and that was it. So as I held this to wind it up, I get taken straight back to almost the patience of my dad watching me wind his watch up, almost with a sense of, I used to be able to wind my own watch up, and me just making a laugh of it, or I've broke my nail, dad, or whatever. And it's things like that that it takes just a minute, and we're there with them, and when we're there with them, they're there with us because they're in our heart. And I do understand that. All right, you've got a channel message, Billy. Yep, scribbling and hand wrote a name, that is channel, that is automatic writing, that's a straightforward way of channeling. Ruby, Thursday for delivery for my book, hope it comes earlier, it normally does. Right, I'm going to have another look at this, and then I'm going to go through and see who gets the copy that I've got here. If you're in the States, I'll probably just send you one, or if you've already bought one, I'll send you a copy of any of my other books that you want. You can have a wee look. And if you're, the same thing here, if you're in the UK or Europe, if you've already bought Dying to Live, then tell me what you want. But let's see. Let's see how this is going. No, it's not moving. And the thing is, the rankings must move because so many people have actually told me they've bought this while we're online. So if you hear a yell in about an hour's time, you'll know it's moved up, and that'll be fantastic. But to get to number 11 in New Age Reincarnation, number 11 in Reincarnation, and number 19 in New Age Channeling, and it's in the afterlife sort of flow, but it's just not showing up yet. Let me get back to the book lunch. Right, so here we go. Sue's vulnerability makes us human. It is. We've talked about that before, we sis, we really do. And Billy says she's a tickles, tingles, nudges, and smelt someone. Yep, these are all ways they do let us know that they're around. As I say, I wakened up to almost like something whizzing past my face last night, and I got the smell of my mum, so I knew it was my mum's energy. And I wasn't, just because it was her birthday, I wasn't like, oh, my mum's got to come, because my mum would only do what she wanted to do. She wouldn't be manipulated in any way, put it that way. So that's good. Ellie says, I have poems that just arrive and wonder if they were channeled too, but that was the first time to internet. Right, you know, I love poetry, so if anybody's got any poetry or short stories that they want to you know, even be read out, I'd love to have some. I'm going to I'm going to do some videos in the next few days. I've got a tooth at the moment that's stuffed. It broke while I was on lockdown, and that will have to be seen to. So I'm going to do some mediumship videos, and then Jim and I are going to have a wee break, a staycation in the back garden, but lots of nice meals, and maybe we drive out to some places that we can sit and enjoy ourselves, because Jim is amazing, but he does get neglected when when I'm working on a book. He takes over, like, you know, making sure that we we don't starve. When I'm in book mode, I can lose time very much, so it'll be nice while the weather's still quite good to enjoy some of it. So what I'm going to do, Charmer said I told him my grandmother to visit me in nature, and she visits me as a monarch butterfly. Oh, that's amazing. Nature, I mean, all the signs are there. I couldn't go back to my dad's favourite place until about a year or so. No, it must have been about 3 years. He loved Loch Venacher in the Trossachs in Scotland. I love it too, and I've amazing memories of him there before he had his stroke, because my dad had 9 years of strokes before he fully passed. I have great memories of him up there. My first wee dog, Daniel the Spaniel, I used to take it for walks along the beach, so I always have great visuals of him in the distance with my wee Spaniel. And about 3 years after he'd passed, I managed to go up to Loch Venacher. And I was standing, and it was a really, really dreich day. It just was so dull and overcast, very much like the day that we buried my dad, actually. And I was standing thinking about him, and I felt just this whole energy pass right through me. It was the weirdest experience. But as it passed through me, I smelt Condor sliced tobacco, and it was like, it's my dad. I smelt of him. It was, I don't think I can explain it the way that it happened, but it wasn't windy or anything, but this breeze came along, and with it, he went through, and it just released. I knew it was him that had passed through me, but when the tobacco smell came with it, and it was almost as though he'd been waiting for me to go back to where we had a lot of lovely times. Has anybody ever smelt a spirit around that's meant a lot to them? With me, it's Condor sliced tobacco. Let's see. Oh, having a wee chat and everything, that's great. Nina, hiya. Oh, yes, I was saying to Jim, I'm really not bad on clothes. I wore this dress, it's a maxi held in under the waist, and I wore it for my 50th birthday in 2001. No, 2011. 2011, so it's 9 years old. It's absolutely beautiful, absolutely adore it, and I've not found anything as nice, so I keep going back to it. So thank you, but it's a really old dress, but I don't wear it that often, so when I do, it's almost like it's new again. Thank you. Let's see. Nina, it's so nice to see you too. Gillian's put Scottish for dreary, bleak, especially the weather for all our lovely Americans. Thanks, Jill. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I've got American friends, and I teach them some good Scottish words. It's so funny. Some slightly iffy words as well that really can help if they're having a bad day. So that's lovely. Yeah, the butterfly story is lovely. Oh, and S. Finnegan. I know who you are. Expecting the paperback tomorrow. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you so much. Billy, you've got, yes, hubby's cigarettes, but I felt a general stroke in my arm and face, and Reiki, felt angel while stroking my arm. That's lovely. That is so lovely. Yeah, it still fits. And the thing is, I put on weight and then took it off again. So this is the dress that I kind of aim to get back into, and then realise that it's still a size 22, but do we care? No. So, but no, I'm quite glad that it still fits after 9 years. In fact, it fits a wee bit better, which is nice. Homemade bread. Oh, lovely. That is lovely. With my mum, I think it would be, what's the face powder called? Jennifer, you know the one I'm talking about, darling. We had it for your wedding and I was crying. Max Factor powder. And my daughter was getting married, and I wanted to wear stuff with my mum, and a lot of people when we did this picked up Jennifer's wedding and my wedding, because my mum had them on at my wedding and I had them on at Jennifer's wedding, and a lot of you were so spot on with it. It was brilliant. The colour looks great, thanks. Yes, so we've got Joyzy bread, mistle here, mist then drizzle. Excellent. We love it. Yeah, that's a good word. Jill and I keep words. We do word searches and stuff and try and find stuff that we don't know. Yeah, Jennifer says it was Max Factor cream puff, translucent. The smell of that is my mum, not just her face, but her bosom area where you went in for, I would say a cuddle, Sus would say a bosey, because she's Aberdonian and they have mad words like that up there. Hi, Becca. Oh, Claire M, hi. Nice that you made it, love. It's nice to see you. Thanks for your support. Yeah, but Becca, of course, Becca's my niece, and it's so lovely because, you know, when I was younger, I would do an awful lot more mediumship for the family, and I would do an awful lot more with Whitestone for the family, so they've seen that, you know, and my daughters have grown up with it, so they just see it as a wee bit ordinary at times. You know, they'll go, I'll tell them something amazing that's happened, and they'll say, fair enough, Mum, and they believe it and they don't have a problem with it, but they're just a child of this person who's always been this way, so I understand it. Right, we've got Becca, thank you for coming, love. Billy again, that's a northerner. Hey Becca. Tina, one time I smelled tomato soup and grilled cheese around one of my patients, like your dad encounter. That's excellent, that's excellent. My grandmother scratches the nape of my neck, that's Joni, and behind her ears. She used to do it before I went to sleep. Hang on, I'm moving this again. Do you know, the night before my mum died, I think she knew she was going. I put this in the book too. I was down with Jill and she said goodbye to Jill and gave her big cuddles and stuff. And when I went to go and say goodbye, she put her hands out and she put them over both my hands like that. And she said, do you know I love you? And I said, of course I know you love me, Mum, I love you too. And she gave me a big hug and I went away. And then later that night she phoned to talk to my elder daughter, Jennifer, on the phone. Oh, and she was on for about half an hour talking to her about school and everything like that. And she came off and I was like, a really nice day with my mum, you know, and the way she grabbed my hands and whatever. Well, during that night she passed, so we got a very good kind of cheerio, if you know what I mean. And I knew my dad was going as well, so although it was a shock, it wasn't too much. But yeah, my mum will do the hand thing, or she'll make my hair go like that, you know, where you get the tingles down the back of your head. Let's see. Has anybody else got, you know, places they know in their body that maybe their hair or their hands or a certain place where a spirit will come in the house? Because that's very interesting. Becca said there's nothing better than a bosey except maybe a Colette hug. I would agree there too, although I like my bosies from my family. But see, like, I would say that the Colette hug has something going for it, Becca, and it's a thing called a bosom. So when you get a Colette hug, and because you're, I'm tall and you're shorter, I think you get a full Colette hug and it's a bosom hug. So I would say I used to get bosom hugs off my mum because she had a chest like me too. Maybe this is too much information, but Becca knows what I mean. It's an all-enveloping hug, put it that way. We'll say no more. We've got Billy's always been sensitive, much more. I think more people are opening up, and I think the children that are coming along now are opening up quicker. It's as though they know that we have to get a move on here. Cindy said, my mum came when I was sick. I was setting the table and she was at the stove. I look up because I smelled tapioca pudding and said, Mum, and she turned and I thought, you may need this for your throat. Oh, that is so lovely. Oh, Cindy, what a lovely, lovely encounter. Absolutely gorgeous. She said, I love you, and was gone. You have that in your heart forever, honey. You really will. You will have that in your heart forever. Billy says, I miss the hugs. I miss my mum's hugs as well, because she just was like, I don't know, she just had this amazing, she was like a pillow that you could just snuggle into. It was just the best hugs ever. And my dad, although one of his arms just worked, the other one, oh, his other arm was strong. And when Jennifer used to come and sit on his knee, he would put the good arm round. And even when Jill was 9 months when he passed, and he would take her up on his knee and hold her with this good arm. And it was almost like the place I felt safe, even after he'd had all the strokes. If he'd put that arm around me, I felt safe. There's a lot of there's a lot of people talking about mums and stuff tonight, which is wonderful, especially since it's my mum's birthday too. What about brothers or uncles or anybody that, you know, maybe had a different smell or a different approach, or you just know they're there. You know, sometimes I think sometimes we get a kind of burst of the person when they maybe have a sense of something they didn't like or something that they really liked. Do you know what I mean? I know that's odd, but you know, you could be sitting just doing something, then all of a sudden be like, oh, I want an orange. And my dad always wanted an orange. And it's like, right, okay. And it came from nowhere when I was working. So it was maybe my dad saying, have a wee break, go have an orange. They're amazing. They really are. What have we got? Yeah, safe hugs. Bosom hugs. Yeah, Roberta. Hi, Roberta. Reminds me of my grandmother. Oh, Tonya. Top of the head has been tingling on and off since April. Wait a minute, that jumped there. Oh, bear with me. Yeah, I'm back. He's never done that before. Is there someone that maybe passed a few months before that, or even up to a year before that, that could be coming back just now, Tonya? And that's the way of getting your attention. Sometimes the top of the head, when it tingles, is to let you know that you need to open your crown chakra more as well. That will help with all this, you know, with your psychic ability and your healing or whatever, and also help a bit with mediumship. But you know, so you need to think of it, is it a spirit doing it, or is it my own crown chakra trying to open a bit, or trying to tune me in as such? Tingles between your left hip and knee, left hip squeeze. That's lovely, Kylie. That's lovely. Your hubby's passing was sudden, no proper goodbye, Billy. We woke up and heard him say something. That was after he'd passed. Billy, to be honest, it's like, it's when you've been with someone for so long and they're almost like that other half of you. I find I've a few people that were clients or had become friends or acquaintances that lost their husbands all in the last year or so. And I feel so sad for them, I really do. You'll know who you are. But my thoughts have been with you, and you know, like a few have hailed me on Facebook, and I've always tried to get back to you. Even if it's just to say I hear you, you know, but Yeah, that's sad. Let's see. Bear hugs. Yeah, definitely bear hugs. A penny bounced in the counter from nowhere, Ruby. That is so good. That is so, so good. Yeah, pennies, feathers. It's just when things tend to drop from nowhere for me, like you say, like there's a ceiling above you and that's it, and then all of a sudden a white feather, or sometimes it's like little golden feathers with me, or I will find something, particularly something I've lost. But I have a very mischievous son in spirit, and also a mischievous guide who has been my son in a past life. So that's interesting. Yeah, Joyce, I've got that in one of my mediumship things, but I've said it more from a mediumship point of view. But any of the chakras that are trying to signal that they want to open, that you want to use them more, sometimes the signal is like a dullness, or a like little sparkles, or little bits of electricity, or even sometimes a sense of feeling very full, like your head's popping or your solar plexus is popping. Um, it's the actual chakra trying to physically get the impression over to you that there needs to be something done there. That's interesting. It's interesting to hear you guide the son in a past life. Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I didn't know. I didn't know for a long while. He'd been around me since I was a wee girl and he was a wee boy. He was just my Nindian boy, I called him. And then bit by bit, he started giving me information about his life and whatever. And then I had people that would come that were family or whatever, and I would do a reading and he would indicate he was in their life. And I'm like, well, that's my friend, that's my family member, if they were in this life. And I never ever asked. I was like, well, no, can't do it, not doing it. But bit by bit, he sent people for past life readings that were very intensely either partnered with him or brothers or sisters to him. And I kept picking myself up in the readings and going, don't do this to me. And he was like, you should have asked ages ago. But I was very, because I knew he died when he was 29. You don't want to be be the mum of the son that died when he was 29. So if it ever crossed my mind, I kind of went. But over the last 5, 6 years, it's become very apparent. Not right away. I did not know this. He unfolded it in many stories where, if I just asked at that moment, he said he would have told me. But I saw all the pieces coming around, and then one day it was, look, am I right in what I'm saying? And he was like, ah, yeah, thank you. So, Gillian H says, being psychic, Mama, we should make a list before you go. Like, if the if the taps go, this is you're saying this. If the curtains, it means this. Afterlife Morse code, right, Jill? You're on. You're on. We'll do that, Alan. That sounds good. Now, I'm going to draw the whoever's won the book, and I'll just put it up, and whoever it is, just get in touch with me, and we will definitely get you a book or something. Let's leave it open as to what you want, okay? So I'm going to now, the way I do this, believe it or not, in a live stream, is I start flipping up and down through the chat, and because I don't look at it, I never know where it's going to land. And I'm doing it now, and this is for a copy of Dying to Live. But if you've already bought it and you don't want a copy, then you can choose another one of my books, or we could have a wee natter. So the winner for taking part in the live stream Which is this probably I'll probably be away through everything that will land in myself or something like that. No. Right, I'm going to stop here now. And the person that the arrow's on is Charmer, LMN. So Charmer, stormwarrior41 at AOL.com is my email. It'll be in the description box of all the other videos. You have won either the book or one of my other books, or just get in touch and see what you think. Okay, so thank you, Charmer. That's got, yeah. Where are we now? Yep, so Charmer's one. Love the butterflies as well. Right, Charmer. This, we'll put it up before we go. I want to again thank everybody. Let's see, I had a wee note of things I wanted to do. Check rankings. I'll do that before we go off again. Thanks to contributors. And so we've pulled this as well. So I don't want to go on too long because that's an hour. And I will be back with some videos this week. So let's just go and see if anything's changed with this. Paperback. Ooh, it's jumped. 41 in reincarnation, 41 in new age reincarnation. Let's check the Kindles. As I say, just a wee bit of fun. It's I feel great tonight after doing this. I feel as though I've connected with you and had a wee chat. Now I'm able to do this because of this new phone camera. And I think sometimes I'll just do the coffee and chat this way, and that way it can become a wee bit of an interactive chat as well. If you like that, just give me a thumbs up. Right. Ooh, we're just the same. Never mind, that's fine. I'm happy to be number 11 in reincarnation. That will do me fine. All the ones. Right, let me go back to this. You'd love the paperback. Okay, I will get that to you. Just email me or contact me and I'll get that to you, no problem. Are you in the UK, Charmer? Right, interactive coffee and chat, Becca, you like it. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Charmer. Okay, I'll tell you what, Charmer, I will contact you via a message on one of your comments. Okay, how about that? I'll contact you and we'll figure it out, so don't worry. I will send it to the USA, no problem for you. I'll get it posted. I'm sure one of my girls will do it for me. And I just hope that your postal service actually manages to deliver it, but should be okay. Right, good. Right, well, ladies, I'm going to say thank you so much. Ladies and gents, sorry. I'm going to say thank you so much. I have had a lovely hour. It's just the whole writing process, the whole development process, pulling all the stories together, editing them down, which was hell because I wanted your voices to stay and the story to stay, but they had to fit in with the flow of the book, and some of them even are still quite long, but if they needed to be. All that plus the beta readers coming back and forth, and then the help with people pointing things out, the flow of the book, and being really helpful. And then now it's out, and I'm very proud of it. And I feel proud now that I've talked to you, and that I feel as though I don't know, I just feel really good with it all. So thank you. You've kind of made my night, and it's also put a nice kind of like maybe a wee bit of a full stop. That I mean, I'll promote the book. I have to. I've not spent a year and a half of my life not to promote the book, but I think it's time for us, Jim and I, to have a wee rest, and for me not to be thinking about the book process or how far I've to go or how the cover's going to be or all these things. I'm going to have a nice time where all I'm going to do in the next few months is enjoy YouTube and enjoy your company. And by December, maybe I've got a few ideas for my next book anyway, and I've got a few that have already started that I might pick up on. I don't know, but for now, I'm gonna chill and enjoy some time with Jim and my girls, and but I'll be on YouTube because I love YouTube. I love connecting with you all, and the new technology that allows me to sit here and see the comments here and just love it. So I'm going to just go back to them for a wee minute. Um, Janet, hi. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Tina, thank you again, Tina, for your super chat. That was lovely. Cindy, thank you. Let me go back up a minute. Let's see. I want to say thank you to everybody, but Charmer, thanks for the super chat. Oh, you won the book as well, thank you. So that was good energy, must have been good energy there. Goodness, we've had a good conversation going, haven't we? And thank you to Tina and Kylie for the super chats as well. But just thank you everybody for being here. And I'm going to try and try this little doodah thing. And if it works, I will go. But I'll keep this thing up so anybody that's been in and out can maybe go back to it if they want. And thank you for your support. Thank you for all the contributors that have made this book be what it could be. And thanks to everybody that supported me along the way. And I'll see you back soon on the channel. Many blessings now. I think it's still going. See, this is my problem. Right. You can all have a laugh if you like, but this just doesn't seem to want to work for me. Nope. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Right, so you're saying up my nose at the moment. I'm going to say yes. I love you and leave you. I know my girls are going to laugh their heads off, but I do love you. And